Welcome, everyone, which is probably the most anticipated event in downtown Peekskill in quite some time. Right? Here we are with our good friends here at the Quiet Man Public House.
There you go.
And we're here with a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of people from the city of Peekskill who have been anticipating this event, something I've been anticipating for a long time, since my trip to Ireland. With Cahill here, Chuck McGreal, who is the proprietor here. Chuck, congratulations. Peekskill has a sistership with Castlebar, even though there's a little town next door called Westbrook.
Yeah, it's a suburb.
Westport.
It's a suburb of
Westport.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people here from there. Your family is here, who I, again, want to say we're such gracious hosts for me and my family when we were there. We met your dad, who I know is the real spirit behind this place, which I'm going to have you explain. We also have our county executive here, Rob Astorino, which we want to thank him for being here.
Rob.
Thank you.
And we have Mayor Forster, obviously, who's going to introduce the city people. But first, Chuck, why don't you give us an introduction of your family and the people who are going to be here at the Quiet Man Public House.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. This has been a long time in the making, and I appreciate everybody showing up. Obviously, there's a lot of people to thank. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce my mom, who's there somewhere, who came out from Ireland, and my sister Claire, who's over there. She's very shy. And then I got in the back there, I got my brother Tom, my older brother Tom, my younger brother Joe, my cousin, my big cousin Joe Whelan over there, and my nephew is lost in the crowd somewhere, but he's in here as well. He came out to help out. It's a family fair. There's a lot of people to thank. I'd like to thank obviously the city, who's was a great help in getting this off the ground and helping it get through. My landlord, Ken over there, who had the vision and good sense to let us take over the space. Sue Sheridan, who has been a vital part of this whole operation and helped me get it off the ground. Without her, I would have probably went screwy a long time ago. And then all my friends and acquaintances around. I can't thank you enough. This is a very special moment for me, and thank you for coming. Back at you, John.
Thank you. And of course, we have our county executive, Rob Astorino. We were here in the fall on a tour through District 1, and Peekskill obviously being a big part of that. We stopped by here and saw the work. Chuck showed us some of the work that was going on. What are your thoughts on this event?
Chuck, congratulations. It's come a long way. And, my mother-in-law is from Crossmolina, which is right next to you in Ireland, in County Mayo. That's right, and I'm going back. I got married in Ireland. I can't wait to go back. But what I really can't wait is to cut the ribbon and have a Guinness. So let's do that.
Let's do that. Keep these people waiting. First, on behalf of the county, Chuck, before we do that, here's a little plaque from us to you, and all the best of luck, many years in the future. Let's appreciate it, Chuck. Okay, let's cut the ribbon and make this official.
Make it official.
I think your mom and your sister and family and brothers should be the ones doing it. Come on.
Over already.
Without cutting somebody's fingers.
Right here in the back end of the Quiet Man Public House, where they have an outdoor garden, which is a wonderful place, and I'm joined by the county executive, Rob Astorino. And as we just said in the ribbon cutting, it's such a wonderful event and had so many people here. And Rob, as I said outside, we were here a number of months ago when this was just a gutted out, empty shell that they were just starting to put together.
Yeah, we saw the floor plans and everything else. Like, how's this going to come together? And boy, it is beautiful. But I'll come anywhere for free Guinness. This is a great place.
And you got a free lesson on how to pour a Guinness?
That was a bad pour. I want to redo on that. Come on, I'm just like, I got to warm up in the bullpen to do a pour before I come in.
Well, I'm sure if you drink this one, they'll give you another shot at it.
That's right. I'll keep going until I get it right.
It's really great that you come up here to Peekskill on a regular
place.
basis, and I know you're from this area. you're familiar with Peekskill, but you're such a busy man with everything going on. To take the time to come and visit us here, we really appreciate it.
Well, this is great. This is the Irish part of my family. You know, my wife's side is Irish. My Italian side, I go to the Italian festival up the street. So this is a great night. You can't do any better than Guinness and maybe cannoli. Right. That's right.
And beautiful weather and beautiful people, and really appreciate the support you give us. Thank you so much for coming.
John, thank you for everything you do for the people of Peekskill. You are a terrific county legislator, and I enjoy working with you. And thank you for being a colleague.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're now inside the Quiet Man Public House with the man behind the whole project, who originated this idea, brought it to a reality, Cahill, who we affectionately known as Chuck McGreal. Chuck,
thank you.
What a wonderful job you've done here.
Well, thanks very much.
You know how much a hard work it is. So tell me, what was the time frame it took from beginning of concept to where we are standing today?
I would say we're at 12 months. I would say we started the planning process August last year, 2010. And we were hoping to start construction in January, but as everybody remembers, January was a bad month. I think it was like end of February, early March before we actually seen the ground to even begin to start digging foundations or anything back there. So we've had a long rally over the summer to try and get caught up and get this place open. I was hoping to be open a little bit sooner, but you know, an old building like this just had so much.
It was a tough winter, and I remember when I was mayor here in Peekskill, we had gutted this area out. This space was actually going to be a pub of some kind, never came to fruition, and you came along with the concept and made it happen. But you've had this idea for a while. This is not, I mean, this particular spot, yes, for the last 12 months, but you've been thinking about this for a while.
I've had this concept in my head for a long time, and the little story behind this particular building, I don't know if you remember, like years ago, when you know this building was going through different transitions. This was actually the third time I was brought to this building to look at it, and it was, you know, at the previous two times it wasn't the right time for me, for, you know, whether the building was in the state it was, or you know, they had a couple of different things going on. So when it happened the third time and I got a call to come have a look at this same building, I'm like, I know that building. I thought, all right, that's the building, because it just kept coming back, and I always stood out there and thought, this is a great street, it's a great city, and I would love to actually get an Irish pub in here.
Yeah, well, it's a wonderful, wonderful European feel. Besides the design itself is, you know, from the homeland, I would say, right?
Well, you've been there, so you know what it's like, and you and I have went out in Westport a few nights, so you're familiar with the Irish pubs in Ireland.
Chuck was our unofficial tour guide for my family and myself when we were over there for our official visit in '06. But let's talk about the name of this establishment. The Quiet Man, obviously everyone knows the John Wayne movie.
Yeah.
But there's more to it than that, and if people look at the logo, there's a special face there.
Yeah, it's the Quiet Man. I've had that name in my head for a long time. I've always wanted. I thought it was a great name for a pub, and even before the movie was made famous, I remember being very young, thinking, oh, geez, I'd like to have that as the name of a bar. And growing up with my dad, when you look at the logo, it's actually a silhouette of my father. Yeah. And growing up, he was the ultimate quiet man. I mean, in all the years, he never raised his voice, never had a cross word to say about a neighbor or anybody, So you met him.
Yes.
He had that, what the Irish are famous for, that welcome, the Céad Míle Fáilte, as they say. He embodied that, and there's a little bit of him here tonight, and it was great to have my mom and sister and all my family around tonight.
This really is a family event and a family concept, and your dad and mom and the whole family were so gracious to us when we were there and took us outside on the homestead.
That's right. We brought you up to the peat bog to do some cutting of turf.
Yeah, we did a little cutting of turf, my son and I. You gave us a first-class lesson on that, and it was just a wonderful trip and a wonderful man, and you come from a wonderful family, and we really appreciate everything you've done.
Well, I thank you for that, and the atmosphere here that we're trying to achieve is that family atmosphere. We didn't want it to be a bar.
Right.
First and foremost, it's a public house. somewhere where families can come down, bring their kids. We love kids running around and babies screaming. That's what we hoped for this place when we started it, and not your typical gin joint.
Right, exactly.
So that was
first-class food. You have a children's menu as well.
Yes, we do.
It's a family atmosphere, and I think you're going to do very well. This is obviously a full house, and I think it's going to be like this every night, Chuck.
Well, I hope so.
Hope you guys are ready for it.
We are. We've got a great team. We've got a great staff, our cooks and our wait staff, everybody across the board. My family's working the bar. It's a great team, and I'm very proud of them. They've worked very hard to get this up and running, and I couldn't have done it without them.
Well, congratulations. Many, many, many years of great luck and success.
Well, thanks, John. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.